So what I am making off this item is more important than what it's sold for. If you are a person that gives out freebies, please stop. Nobody wants it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I want to discuss a few things that I do not do in my business and I still consider myself a successful reseller. Now, some of these things may be looked down upon amongst other resellers just because they are doing it and it's working for them, but these are some things that I don't have to do and I'm still successful. Or I would say I consider myself successful because I have literally tripled my sales since I've started being a full-time reseller. So the first thing is actually promotions. I don't personally promote on any platform. I know on eBay in 2023, I want to say I stopped in the mid-summer promoting my items, and I definitely took a hit, and I realized that. I looked at my numbers, but after about 3 months, I was able to bounce back. Now, I know not a lot of businesses can take that type of hit, but I personally thought the money that I was giving to them to promote my items could be in my pocket. We all know eBay is like super oversaturated, and I do think that promotions can in fact help your business. I personally don't want to give them any more money than I have to with the fees that I'm already paying, so I opted out of doing that, and we are almost at a year now and my sales have doubled since the summertime. Now, of course, my listings have doubled since the summertime. However, I just don't think that promoting my closet on eBay is gonna benefit me in any way, because if I price my items accordingly, if I have great pictures, if I just have, you know, really good keywords, I think the buyer is actually going to find that item perfectly. So as far as Poshmark, when it comes to the promotions, they actually started giving the option to promote, I want to say last summer, and that's when I actually noticed my closet also took a hit in July. July was a very pivotal moment for my business because I felt like I had to change a lot of things because what was going on I wasn't liking, and during that time Poshmark was starting promotion, so I do think that they were, you know, pushing up those people that were promoted and then kind of like shadow banning just slightly the people that was not promoting. So of course over time they went through their beta, and I think it's at a point now where, you know, they've made it available to everybody that wants to participate. I personally do not want to participate just because I feel like not only do they not give you enough data, because they can just come up with something, you know, that's a whole nother topic, but I'm not going to discuss that here. But I just feel like Poshmark's promotions is not that great, because when I do go to search an item on Poshmark, the items that they show have absolutely nothing to do with what I put in the search bar. So that's already flawed in its own thing. I've seen quite a few people that actually did do the promotions on Poshmark, and they noticed like the amount that they have to pay is just crazy. I personally think Poshmark should have went the eBay route as far as the promotions goes, where it's like, hey, if this item sells, then we'll take the percentage. But Poshmark is like, hey, if you pay us $30 a week, we'll promote your closet, you know, for 2 times about however they do theirs, which I think is a little weird, but we won't get into that. And then as far as Depop, I don't promote over there either. I know one of my subscribers recently told me to boost my listings. I guess that's their way of promotion, so they call it boosting. No thank you. And then as far as Mercari has a different style of promotions. Theirs does not charge you, but you only can promote 10 items a day. Now, of course, promotion is always going to be pushing your items to the very top. I actually don't do it. I don't know why. I probably need to set a reminder in my phone to do so, but I need to start getting onto that. But I feel like when it's free, of course I'll do it. You already know I'm hella cheap. Now, I don't allow offers on my eBay account. I know y'all are probably like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? However, I want to say I started doing this I want to say maybe like March of 2023. So during that time, the first couple of months, I had just became a new mom, so I was like adjusting and all the things, but I had noticed that my eBay closet was just very, very dry. Around that time, I was only making about 20 to 25 sales a month, which is crazy to think about now because I'm making almost 100 sales a month on eBay, with that being my second highest platform. So during that time, I said, you know what? I gotta make some shake. So I deleted everything in my eBay closet and I took the time to cross list everything that I had. Now during that time, I think I only had maybe like 500 to 700 listings, so it wasn't that bad. So of course it was like a day-to-day thing. I went on and put everything back into my eBay store and I turned off offers. Now at this time, I was trying to price it accordingly. Probably not the best prices. I was still like, you know, bumping it up a couple of more dollars just so I can make more. I wasn't really good at my market research. I wasn't really good at just, you know, checking comps of the ones that have sold and the active listings. Like I was just really just going off of what I wanted to make on this item. So I turned off offers. Now in the beginning, it was really hard. I think I made less sales that following month just because of it. So I was like, you know what, I don't know. But then of course, as time goes on, you get better and better with what you are sourcing because you have more knowledge. And I continue to grow my storefront. So since March of 2023, I have not accepted any offers because I don't allow people to send me offers. Now I do send out offers, but they are capped at 15%. I did entertain the idea of taking the offers off, but then I'd have to go and change all of my prices. So I decided I'm not going to do that. Maybe in the future when I get some time, but I don't feel like I want to experiment anytime soon because it has been working. So I want to say I probably get about 40% of my sales from buy it now price versus me sending them the 15% off offer. So of course now when I price my items, I'm checking comps, I'm doing my market research, I am making sure that I'm pricing this item at what people are willing to pay for it right now. Not what I want for it, but what it is worth. So I feel like when you can do that in your business, you kind of don't have to accept offers. Now I do understand like some people just want to balance it out to what they'd be paying in shipping and just bring it down. Some people are like, hey, the most I pay on this item is $40. So your $35 offer with $10 shipping is not going to work. Whatever the case is, I don't care. But I've already did the legwork, so I feel like my price points are good enough to be bought at my full asking price or at the very least 15% off every now and again when I do send out those offers, but I do not accept them on eBay. Now this one is a little tricky here. So when it comes to Mercari, I actually price my items right above that 20% that I expect somebody to send me an offer on. So for an example, I will list an item at $28 on Mercari because I expect to make $20 on it because I know 9 times out of 10 somebody's going to send me an offer on that item of $21 and 9 times out of 10 they do. And 10 times out of 10, I'm going to accept that offer. So I try to price strategically in general across all platforms to make sure I am making the price point that I want and what I can get for this item, bare minimum. So the offer system on Mercari is what keeps the platform like rolling and going and doing the things. So I do think that it's very important to accept offers. So if you are a person that wants, you know, this amount and you priced it and you say, hey, this price is firm, just bump it up, you know, 15-20% and let that person send you an offer. And then as far as Poshmark offers, I generally accept I want to say maybe about 40% of offers over there. A lot of them are not reasonable. A lot of them are plain in your face. Poshmark doesn't cap off the amount that you can offer like Mercari does. I think Mercari caps out about 20 to 25% on what you can offer somebody. Poshmark does not allow that option there. You can literally do 80% off offer if you are a buyer, which is so frustrating that they could even play in your face like that. But it is what it is. So I typically try to stick to what I said I do on Mercari when it comes to Poshmark. An item that I want to sell for $20 minimum, I will price it at about $32 because I'm leaving room for my bot to send them an offer, and then I also leave room if the buyer counter offers that offer. So there's like a bottom line price point that I want to make on whatever item, you know, I'm talking about right now. And then as far as Depop goes, Depop offers are not binding, so there's a lot of offers that I don't accept because a lot of them are not that great. So on Depop, my pricing strategy is to think like a you know, what are those people called? Gen Zer, and what they're willing to pay for this item. So that's essentially how I price my items there. So as long as I've been on Depop, I think I've only made 3 sales that were my full asking price, and the other, what, 5 were not. They're all through offers. So even though I price accordingly, I still try to leave room for what my bare minimum is gonna be, and I try to make sure I stick really close to it. And then a subcategory of the offers is declining offers. Now, like I said before, on eBay, I don't receive any offers from anybody, so there's nothing to decline there. And then as far as Poshmark, I decline lowball offers. I don't care what anybody says. I know a lot of resellers like, hey, the least you can do is just counter. Absolutely not, because I feel like when you counter on a lowball offer, they are gonna continue to play in your face. And I feel like you are not going to meet in the middle with a lowball offer. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of the times, if somebody really truly honestly wants that item, they will pay your lowest price point on it. It's been plenty of times where I've played that countering game, not the lowball offer, but let's say I price something at $35. In my mind, $25 is the lowest that I want on this item. If they countered at $20 and I notice that this item does not get any attention on any other platform, I'll accept that $20 offer, just because it doesn't have any attention anywhere else. So with that same item, let's say it has 4 or 5 likes on the other platforms, I'm going to counter at 25 again, because that is me telling them like, hey, this is my lowest. And I want to say maybe like 2 times out of 10 they will accept that offer, because that is an item that they want, and then they notice that that price point is actually good. It's not that lower offer that they would like, but they still know that that's a good price point for that item. And then as far as Depop, I don't think they allow you to decline offers, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I think you could either accept or counter. I counter a lot of offers. I don't think I decline any of them on Depop. Okay, so this one is a little hard because I'm a bin shopper and I don't wash the clothes. I know. I do have a trusty dusty steamer right here that I actually recently bought. I want to say maybe like 7 or 8 months ago. Prior to that, I had like a little small handheld one, and I would only steam the items when they were wrinkled. I didn't really think that it was a sanitation thing during that time. But now I steam every piece of clothing now. It does get really hot. I think it's like 200 degrees. So my steamer technically cleans the item, so I'm not washing everything. If the item is visibly dirty, if the item has visible flaws, the item will be washed. It will be stain treated and washed. But I just don't go to the bins and rack up on washing all these clothes. I think that it's great for your business if you wash all of your bins clothes, or just all of the clothes that you sell. Awesome for you. This one is a little dated just because I think this was so like 2020, 2021, and it's the freebies and the thank you cards. I do think that it's great to, you know, give those things if you want to, but it's been a few times I've gotten freebies as a buyer, and you can tell that they're just getting rid of this. Like, this was trash to them, and they're like, you know what, let me just give this to somebody because I don't want to throw it away. And I don't think that that's a good thing to do. If you are a person that gives out freebies, please stop. Nobody wants it. If I bought a t-shirt, do not give me a t-shirt and a bracelet and a necklace. I don't want that. I don't want that costume jewelry. Keep that, okay? And then as far as the thank you notes, I don't do those. I think I used to when I first started. I thought it was a very nice gesture. I would get like a little post-it note and, you know, write their name and say thank you, and then I, you know, put my name with the heart. And I think at that time, since I was only making maybe like 1 or 2 sales, you know, every other day when I was part-time, and then maybe like 1 to 5 sales, maybe not even 5, maybe like 1 to 3 sales a day when I was full-time in the beginning. Once I transitioned to making about 5 sales a day, I was just like, you know what, this isn't gonna work out for me. So I actually stopped. But I don't think that it's necessary. I think as a buyer, because I do buy on, you know, these secondhand platforms, when I receive a thank you note, I do think it's a beautiful gesture, and I'm always like, oh, doing a little extra smile, because it's like, this is very thoughtful, but it's not necessary. This one is super controversial, and it is listing every single day. So I know that a lot of big resellers tell you you have to list every day to make the algorithm happy, to feed the algorithm. However, I just don't believe it. And not saying that you have to physically list every single thing, because there are a lot of resellers that got their shit together and they actually have a draft bank, or just items that they place in their drafts that they can just kind of make live as the day goes on. I'm only saying that I don't participate in that because I don't. I list 4 days a week. I work Monday through Thursday. I 1000% have a work-life balance, and I am not overworking myself on my off days. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I list 25 items those days. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's nothing being posted. I'm not sourcing more. I'm not listing. I'm not, you know, putting it in my drafts. I don't work those days. And I think having that type of work-life balance has definitely helped me with the burnout aspect of it. Now, we are slowly approaching summer slowdown, so the burnout kind of sort of happens during that time because you are working your ass off and you aren't really seeing anything in return. However, go out and play in grass, okay? Go touch some water, go do the things, feel one with the earth. Do not stress yourself out during this time. Niching down on gender. So I follow a lot of men resellers and a lot of women resellers, and a lot of women resellers are pretty much niche down on just women's clothing. And then there's a handful, the ones that I follow anyways, that do, you know, source women and then a little bit of men. I'm personally right there. I like to source women, men, and children. So I do follow men resellers as well, just because I want to learn about a lot of men brands and all the things, because a lot of women resellers aren't selling as much men items. So, you know, you got to make sure you always in the know about things. So I don't think niching down is the best way to go. I do understand why people do it, because if you can get really good at one particular category, you'll just skyrocket. But I do think that you want to be mindful in your category, because let's say you niche down on polo shirts. You go to all the stores in your town, or hell, you know, hour radius, whatever, and you've already looked through all of them and you don't really have much to list. Like typically you like to list, let's say 50 items a week. You only find 20 items that week because you are niche down in polos. So I do think that when you niche down, it kind of closes the window, but I do also agree that it does help you become like sharper with that category. But it just doesn't work for me, honestly. So y'all already know, men, women, and children. I have slowed down with picking up men and children's just because the time frame that I was sourcing those, I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am now, and I didn't really care about what this item was going to sell for. I just looked at them as filler items. So now that I'm more knowledgeable in men's wear brands, I want to just kind of do a little bit better with the threshold of what I'm picking up, just because I want to make sure that I'm making a certain amount. And then as far as kid clothes, I'm still also picking those up. It's just that I'm picking up specific brands that I know are going to sell for a decent amount versus like the super low tier brands that I don't want to sell. And then to add on to the category, I don't care about the sizes. So I know a lot of the time you want to pick up a larger size because it will perform a little bit better, but I do sell extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, and that's pretty much where I ain't gonna lie, I kind of cap it. I don't find a lot of 4X and 5X and all those other ones, but I like to pick up all sizes. I think that a lot of different things can sell. Another one is taking business advice. Now, when I get on YouTube, you already know my channel is more so me based. It's my brand. It's just who I am. I'm showing y'all my reseller vlogs. I'm showing y'all ship with me videos, what sold, and Goodwill hauls. I'm showing y'all things that I am doing in my business. I don't come on here. Okay, my battery died. But anyways, like I was trying to say is that I don't really position myself on YouTube as somebody that is trying to teach you anything or sell you anything. I just give you guys a glimpse of what my life looks like as a full-time reseller, things that I pick up, things that are selling, and just kind of keep it there. Because I think a lot of the time people are really just trying to grow their YouTube channel or grow their, you know, courses or their groups and all the things, so they're just kind of like giving you nothing but fluff. Okay, so you should have discernment. I definitely do. So that's why I don't participate in a lot of these YouTubers that try to do all the things. So to piggyback off of the business advice, I do want to briefly talk about the cost of goods and then the no brands that you shouldn't pick up and all the things. So as far as the cost of goods, I think that you have to do what is going to work for your business. I personally have found that the bins work the best for me. Of course, I do occasionally source at a Goodwill store, and I will pay, you know, higher price points for my items. However, I prefer the bins. I like the method of buying low and selling high. That is the goal, because you're going to make more of a profit that way in my eyes. And that's why I don't care about the average sell price or the 100% sell-through rate, because I do think that when you find something that works in your business, you're going to continue to do it. I've seen nothing but growth in my business since I've been exclusively a bins digger, because I'm able to make a huger profit in my items. Granted, like I tell y'all, $15 is the minimum that I want to net on an item. I don't actually care about what the gross profit is. That number is just an inflated number. You could be somebody that has sold something for $40 and your average sale price, let's say, is $35 or $40, I don't know, and you go on and you notice like, I paid $10 for this, so I'm only netting this amount. But yeah, I don't really care about the gross profit. I've never been a gross profit girly. I am a net profit girly, okay? I care about what is going into my bank account, not what this item sold for, because the platform got to take their money, taxes got to take their money, and then I got to take my cost of goods out of it. So what I am making off this item is more important than what it sold for. And then as far as the no brands, I think that it is so subjective with everybody, because there are brands that I've said I'm not picking up. It is a reseller that I do watch on YouTube. She picks up, you know, really low tier items and she sells them, and she's content with selling her items for that price point because it works for her business. I look at it and I'm like, hey, that wouldn't work for me, but I'm sure it is people that look at my business model and it doesn't work for them. So we just kind of got to do what works for our business. And then another one is listing all year round. Now this one is, you know, one of those topics that it could go either way for anybody, because I feel like in my business, I like to list in-season items. So in July, we'll make 3 years of me being a full-time reseller. And during that time frame, I've noticed that the items that I list out of season typically waits until the season gets here and they sell. Every now and again, you'll get an item to sell out of season. I think at one point, I remember selling a Christmas sweater that I remember hauling, saying that I was gonna wait. Now this was years ago. At this particular time, I typically didn't like wait to list my items. I would just list them. Christmas had just passed and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna list this until we get closer. Somebody saw it in my haul video and they was like, hey, how much do you want for it? I said this amount. They said perfect, could you list it? I listed it and it sold. Literally a Christmas sweater sold in February. So those type of things are like outliers. It's very rare. If she would have never saw me, you know, post that in a haul, she would have probably not be looking for that. So there's that. Oh, I need to add something to this list because that just made me think of something. But anyways, I don't particularly like to list out of season. Every now and again, if the item is just like a real hot fire item, I'll probably go ahead and list it, because you just never know. But as far as me listing multiple pieces out of season all the time, it's gonna be a no for me, because sitting on it for 9 months just for the season to come for it to sell, no thank you. And I've watched it happen so many times in my business, especially this past year, and it's a no-go for me. So I want to say back in October of 2023 is when I decided that I'm going to start listing items in season, and I've started to notice that items do sell during that season. So it's been working, and I'm just going to continue to do it. Now, to go back to what I was trying to say, this one's super random because I just thought about it now, but when people do Q&As, and I haven't seen one in a while, but it was a question that I remember seeing in somebody's video not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, I don't know, it's been a while. But when they talk about how, do you think that being on YouTube help you make more sales? Anybody that tells you no is a liar, okay? They are lying. Now, I know that it's been times that people have purchased from me and they don't tell me that they're a viewer. They receive the item and then they say, hey, I love your channel. Thank you, I appreciate it. They were trying to make sure like I'm gonna get the same treatment if I don't tell her. I treat everybody the same. If you are a viewer of my channel, if you are just a regular person, your item is gonna get shipped and packaged with the same care that all the other ones get shipped and packaged with. But as far as like being a YouTuber and the correlation to making extra sales, I do think that they go hand in hand. I don't care what anybody says. You get on YouTube and you have an audience, you're showing them something and they're like, you know what, I actually like that. That happened to me twice. I've watched two YouTubers, they're like smaller channels, and I was like, you know what, I like that item, I want it. Do y'all think I would actually sit on my phone and go search out for those items? Absolutely not. Had I not seen those in a haul video, I would have never purchased those items because I was not looking for those items. So anybody that tells you that they don't make sales off of YouTube subscribers, they're lying to you, okay? They may not know it's a subscriber because that person has not told them that, but like, come on, like call it what it is. All right, now lastly, this one's actually really funny, is courses. Now, throughout my reselling career, I have always talked down about courses. However, I have something special for y'all. So I wanted to talk about the Resellers Edge University. So first of all, I typically don't really believe in courses or anything like that. However, I believed in Kaylee, and if you guys are not familiar with her YouTube channel, she's pretty big now. But I was subscribed to her channel when she was at a little under 5,000. So your girl has grown, and it is for a reason because she is so knowledgeable. Now, she did partner with a few other resellers that are also super successful. So what I do like about the Resellers Edge University is the fact that you don't have to be like a reseller that is just starting out, where you just popped out and you were just like, man, I'm so nervous, like where do I start? You can literally be starting off in intermediate or advanced. If you just want to grow your business in any type of way, this group is going to help you do that. So the group actually provides master classes, exercises, live Q&As, and I think those are the most helpful. So with the group, you'll definitely get more hands-on learning. So you will get to learn a lot from the creators of the group, but you'll also get to learn a lot from your peers, if you will, your co-workers, what we like to call it. Now they do provide 3 live coaching calls a week, and you actually can ask them questions while the call is going on, or you can just rewatch it and learn from that as well, because a lot of us have the same questions for the most part. So you'll definitely learn from that. I typically like to put it on when I'm listing because you don't have to actually physically watch it. You can just hear it, and I just rewatch those. And they also have a Facebook group where you are actually able to, you know, feel like you're in a community, okay? Because being a full-time reseller or just a part-time reseller, it does get a little lonely because you're working by yourself. So in this group, you're able to show them some BOLO finds that you have. If you need help on just learning new keywords or tags or anything like that, they could help you with that. If you need help with seeing how vintage this thing is, what year this was, and all the things, they will help with that. And it's just kind of like you post it, and then you'll get so many different ideas from so many different other resellers. We are all kind of like well versed in different things in our business. So I think that in this group, you'll be able to get different, you know, views on whatever the item you decide to put on there, or the tags that you want to learn, or anything like that. Now they also provide BOLO lists. Not only do you learn about just being a better reseller and just running your business a little bit better than it was before, you'll also be able to learn about how to do wholesale if you're interested in that. And then in the group, they also have exclusive giveaways, and one of them could be a potential one-on-one coaching. Now, like I said before, a lot of y'all like y'all handheld, okay? And this is the perfect thing for you because you will literally learn so much from somebody that is super, super, super successful. So if you are interested in growing your business to the next level, okay, I do have a link down below where you'll get 50% off of your very first month of the Resellers Edge University. You already know I would not promote something that I do not believe in, and I believe in it, okay? Because look at me, okay? I have definitely taken a tiny little seed into this beautiful big plant, and now we're gonna multiply it, okay? We're gonna multiply it. And if you guys want to be like me, y'all might as well go and click it, okay? It's in the description. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Hopefully it opened your eyes to some things. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree with some of the things I talked about. Also, if you are interested in signing up for the group, I do have it linked down below. Again, you do get 50% off your very first month. And honestly, I don't think that you will stop at 1 month. You're gonna just continue to be subscribed to it because you do in fact learn a lot. It is very helpful, and I think that no matter where you are in your business, you are definitely gonna wanna be be subscribed to a group that is going to help you grow it in a way that you really want, okay? Because we all want to make more money, okay? That is the goal here. But anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.